the impact of the toxic culture that essentially was caused by the chief advisor, but that clearly I can now see, not that I knew at the time, others were brought into, that was unhelpful. On the other hand, in the heat of a crisis, people say things, especially on WhatsApp, which is essentially conversational, that they don't, that they may not be their full considered opinion. For instance, the Cabinet Secretary also described me as can-do in a note to the Prime Minister. So, I think there's a broader view, and also I got on with him perfectly well through the whole thing, and afterwards, and it's only because of this inquiry that I've seen the language that he was using behind the scenes. So, was this a problem up to a point? What is the lesson for the future? I think, unfortunately, the lesson for the future is systems need to be in place so that if there is a malign actor in number 10...
Do you mean Mr. Cummings?
Well, in this case, that was the example, but there may be in the future. But if there are people whose behaviour is unprofessional, the system needs to be able to work despite that.
Important government advisors and officials have concluded that the Secretary of State for Health, in the maw of this public health crisis, in the maw of the beast, was a liar.
Well, I was not. You will note that there's no evidence from anybody who I worked with in the department or the health system who supported that, those false allegations. And indeed, where there have been specifics attached to any of those allegations, I've gone through them, and I'd be very happy to answer questions on any of them.